Sera and welcome to Red's English Country English book to read today. Pop Song English. And today we read this story by Chapter 1. And Fancy Nancy, my family history. I can read story and are you ready to read? Here we go. First we read this Pop's English. First, we read that one. Chapter 1. Sera. When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Would I be rich? Here what she said to me. Sera, whatever will be. The future's not ours to see. Sera, what will be. When I grew up and fell in love, I asked my sweetheart, what lies at age? Will we have the rainbows day after day? Here's what my sweetheart said. Sera, whatever will be. The future's not ours to see. Sera, whatever will be. The end. And Fancy Nancy, my family history. I can read story. Do you know about your ancestors? There are people in your family who lived long ago. You say like this, ancestors. Is that great fancy word? We're writing ancestor report in class. We're writing about the great-grandfather. He's 90. He was a real hero. Robert's great-grandmother is 100. She came to America on a ship. It's almost sank. You're both lucky, I tell my friends. You know your ancestors. All of mine I didn't. That's fancy for that. That night, my grandpa calls and is coming to visit soon. His parents are my great-grandparents. So I ask, were their farmers? Did they have adventures? Grandpa says no. They were nice, ordinary people. Ordinary? That's like a plane. I wish I had a fancy ancestors. Later that night, Grandpa sends a photo of my great-grandfather. Grandpa email says that it wasn't kind of the honest. The result lost a temper once. I broke a teapot. They delete my sister. And then my dad wasn't using a bottle teapot. He wasn't using my lead. Your dad sounds like a very lovely person. I Ripley is fancy for answer. I'm going to write my report about him. I grinder about fast for Grandpa, about my ancestors had 5 children. He was in Bank of the Gourd. He liked to fish. Everyone the 77-4. The next day, I used the comma. I used a little fancy for making a picture. Then I start writing my report. It means my great-grandpa is being gored. That does sound exciting. So I did something extra. One stop a bunch of robbers. Yes, that sounds very exciting. Next I write, my great-grandpa loved to fish. Then I added some more exciting stuff. On of time she caught a shark. The next day, Sera and Yoko are both their reports. I did not mean to rang, but mine is way more interesting. After school, I tell my parents On Friday, I get read my report. My dad asked, "Great! Grandpa is coming on Thursday. He can go to school with you." He's so proud of that. All your report is about his dad. Upstairs, I show my mom report. I waited to be interesting, so I exaggerated the fancy forward for scratching turf. "Honey," my mom says, "you didn't imagine it. You made up stuff. It's lying." I remember the story about the broken teapot. My ancestors would all be very upset with me. My grandpa will be too. By the time Grandpa comes, I have written a new report. This time I stick to pen and turf. I write about the teapot. It's an ordinary story. But I really like it. On Friday, my grandpa comes to school. He's right about his laptop, Dad. He was a real one, but not like a real magic set. My great-grandpa had loved to dress up. I tell everyone I must get a fancy from him. Fancy Nancy, fancy words. These are the fancy words in this book. Ancestors, people in your family who lived long ago. You say it like this: ancestors. The site did, exaggerated, scratch and turf, light, make a picture, ordinary, pan, libly, answer, the end. Did you have fun? And your English going to come back in a better book. And today, book goodbye, and you rest very, very, very goodbye too. And tomorrow will be a very good book, children. And goodbye to Yura, and goodbye to this book, friends. See you next time. See you tomorrow. Bye, bye, friends. See you again.